y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, what's up, Steph. Today I'm going to show you how I made this delicious honey barbecue baked chicken with homemade barbecue sauce. So if you want to see this recipe, go ahead and stay tuned. All right, y'all, so these are some of the seasonings that you will need. Some Cajun spice seasoning. You want to also have some of that thyme, adobo, some black pepper, salt, Tony's Creole, paprika, ground ginger, onion powder, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, olive oil. You want to get some vinegar, some honey, some ground cinnamon, some brown sugar, as well as some ketchup. All right, y'all, so the first thing that you want to do after you wash your meat is go ahead and pour in some of that vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar, but I only had white vinegar. Also go ahead and pour in some of that adobo, because you want to season that chicken up real good. Go in now with some of that Tony's Creole seasoning. I usually put this on pretty much everything. So you'll put that in. You still want to make sure, even though you're putting in some of these seasonings that contain salt, you still want to add a little bit of salt. So go ahead and pour in some of that salt. You also want to go ahead and put in some of that black pepper. Definitely need some black pepper. All right, go ahead and now add in some of that cinnamon. I bet you're like, cinnamon on chicken, trust me, is good. Just put that in there, put a whole lot of that cinnamon. I would now put in lemon pepper, but I didn't have any, so I'm using lemon juice and more pepper. Go ahead and put in some of that thyme, not too much, but just enough. You also want to go ahead and put in some of that onion powder. You always need onion powder. Go ahead and also add in some of that garlic powder, because onion powder and garlic powder to me are like a duo. All right, so once you're done with the garlic powder, you want to go ahead and add in some paprika. That's definitely going to give your chicken some color, so I used a lot of that. So go ahead and just pour in that paprika as well. All right, so once you're done with the paprika, go ahead and add in that ground ginger. Use quite a bit of this as well. This gives it really some good taste. So add in that, and then you want to now go in with your brown sugar. Not too much, but just enough. After your brown sugar, I would suggest to use like some type of hot sauce. The only hot sauce I had was Old Bay hot sauce. It still came out perfectly fine, so just use some regular hot sauce, just a few drips. You're going to also add now in that Cajun spice seasoning. Not too much, because you don't want it to be super spicy. Add in a little bit of that olive oil. And after that, you want to add in a few squirts of some ketchup. It's definitely optional, but I would suggest to use ketchup so you can have a really good sauce. So once all that is put in, you just want to go ahead and mix your meat together. Make sure every piece of your meat is coated with this seasoning. So mix it up real good. Once you get it all mixed together, make sure you wash your hands. But I would let this marinate and sit for about 30 minutes. And while you're waiting for it to sit for 30 minutes, go ahead and preheat your oven to 375. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get our baking dish and add in all of our pieces of chicken. So just layer them in there. They don't have to be perfect, because it's all gonna cook whatever. So yeah, just put them in the baking dish. And again, your oven should already have been preheated to 375. Once you get the chicken all layered out in the baking dish, all that extra sauce that's in the bowl, you want to go ahead and just pour that on top of the chicken. All right, so since all of the extra sauce is now on top of the chicken, you're just gonna grab the little spatula thing that helps spread sauce on top of meat. I don't know what it's called. So go ahead and just put that on there, lather it up real nice. I would get every inch of the chicken as you possibly can. And then once that is covered up and coated, you just want to go ahead and grab some aluminum foil and put it in the oven for about 40 minutes and check on it. All right, y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and take the chicken out now. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna separate the chicken and the juice, because we're gonna use that juice that's in the pan to make our like honey barbecue sauce. So I'm just checking the meat right now. But you want to go ahead and just maybe get like a separate pan and just separate your chicken and the juice. So I'm gonna take all of the chicken out, put it in this pan, because that's the same pan that I'm going to use to simmer the sauce. So if you want to just do exactly what I'm doing, you can do that. So just add in all of the chicken, and then we're going to pour the juice from the pan into the skillet, and then we're going to take the chicken out of the skillet back into the pan. So you'll see me do this now. All right, so we got the juice in the skillet, so now we're just gonna flip the chicken upside down and put it back into the baking dish, and we're just gonna let it sit. We're gonna let this sit because now we're gonna go ahead and start making our sauce. So I would put your eye maybe on like 6 or 7, and we'll go ahead and make the sauce. So what you're gonna do first is add in some white vinegar. Just a few drops, not too much. And then after that, you want to add in some paprika again. So we're gonna add some paprika to the sauce now. I added quite a bit of that as well. After you add in the paprika, you want to get some of that honey and pour the honey in the pan as well. And you pretty much at this point just want to stir everything in and let it boil and simmer. Again, leave your eye on about 6 or 7. I added in some more honey because I just felt like I didn't add enough the first time. So just let this simmer. You'll know when it's done because what will happen is it'll start to thicken up. It'll get darker, and it'll stick to your spoon like a syrup. All right, y'all, so at this point our sauce is the consistency that I would like to have it. So we're just going to go ahead and cut the eye off now, and we're just basically going to take the chicken that we set to the side and pour this sauce all on top of the chicken. All right, since all of the sauce is now on top of the chicken, you're just gonna use that same little spatula thingy and just make sure the chicken is well coated with all of that sauce. And then once you do that, you're just gonna pop it back in the oven. I would say maybe about 20 minutes or so. You basically just want the sauce to thicken up a little bit on the chicken. This is pretty much what it looks like when it comes out of the oven, and this is the end result, and this chicken is so good. I do hope you guys try this recipe out. I really enjoyed making it for you guys. Please give this video a like, comment, and subscribe for future videos coming soon. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.